Here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We here at Defenders of Kobold would kindly like to remind you that your children do exist.
Do you know where they are?
Do you know where they are?
Bring them in from the outdoors. They get cold too.
They need water and fed at least once every other day.
Yeah.
Doing the check there. It's like, am I missing one?
Whoops.
It balances out though, because if you feed one of them every day, then that means that the other one you can feed like every 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So like, feed the smallest one daily, and let the bigger ones stretch out a little longer. Yeah.
How they get bigger, isn't it? By stretching out.
Sadly, that's how it works. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the goddamn show. We were just reminiscing about children raised by boomers, and not the people from a generation. We're talking about children that were raised by the zombies that explode from the Left 4 Dead series.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Griffin! Thanks for those bits.
Holy
That's
shit.
awesome.
You're giving me some luck to burn at my first possible roll.
Did Griffin say that's luck, or did Griffin say that's
says-
trouble?
What did he
I'm
say?
calling it luck because it's in 100s.
Okay. I don't even know.
Barry says, it's luck.
Okay.
Yay.
Luck.
Suck it, Chuck.
Oh
Give
shit.
you stuff for trouble, I'm sure too.
I think
More
I've
than
still
likely.
got some trouble left.
It often
too, that I
happens.
Still have to spend. All right, let's add that luck to the things.
Goodness.
I think I'm mathing this out right.
Hated that.
Holy shit, Jeremy, 22.
I mean, you never know.
You never know. Anyway, welcome to the goddamn show. Yeah, we're here to play Night Below, Dungeon Crawl Classics. I don't know. I guess let's just meet our players / characters, and then we'll get into it. Why don't we start with this session with everybody's favorite write-in candidate? Dan, who are you playing?
Everybody should write me in, so someday I'm accidentally in charge of something.
True story. That's what I do. Been
Strongly
doing it for
recommend it.
years.
I'm playing the Pitchfork. The Pitchfork's familiar. Is his invisible companion, the audience. That's all of you, because basically you actually do all the work for me. In a literal and figurative sense.
There you
And I used to play Andrin, our cleric, who's now our bidet manager and gold stacker.
go. Yes.
Bidet manager is a nice way of saying
Yeah.
janitor.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
he's not a full janitor. He's not cleaning everything.
He's a trainee.
Just after every dookie, he just goes in there with some pipe cleaners to make sure the little nozzles aren't clogged up.
Just
Oh,
making sure it's
shit.
calibrated and you know,
Did I just
all that
get
good
double
stuff.
trouble?
Oh my gosh.
We like our bidets at exactly 15 psi.
Yeah. And the angle, you know,
That's
it's
important.
customized per person. So
It really is. Like, he goes in before Farbauti goes in and adjusts the pressure and the angle. It took him weeks to get those measurements right.
We've got buttons for each one of us now.
Yeah.
Personalized settings.
That's it. That
Very
trouble my
fancy.
list.
Maybe
Anyway,
it's taken as a challenge to like see how much you can endure.
That's why there's something that looks kind of like a squatty potty by the toilet too for the halfling.
listen.
So we got a lot of short folks on this team.
We do.
Wait, no, you got that because you got to get that angle right for those days when you want to clean your asshole and brush your teeth at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're just leaning, you know.
You don't even lean. You just get the pressure high enough. It'll work its way through.
Yeah.
Oh, going front to back. Yeah. Back to front.
Super back to front.
Reversing
Anyway,
the
John,
flow.
who the fuck are you playing?
Hi, I'm playing Sweeney, one half of Team Sneak. I'm a halfling. I'm a wise one now. I'm not just any vagrant vagabond. I'm a wise one. I'm the kind that you'd find in
Who determined that?
in another setting. I would be on riding the rails, dispensing wisdom from a smelly tin can of old beans,
Oh, okay.
and also maybe sleeping with many people's wives. I don't know. It just
how you do
happens.
That's how you do it. You know,
Just happens.
I was thinking they could make like a game like that, like with your beans that you didn't eat from your can. Like you line them up and then you see, you know, who can hit the beans the farthest, but you can't like hit them. You gotta flick the bean to see how far it'll
You
go.
gotta flick the bean. Yeah.
Yeah.
A game
only
about
way.
flicking the bean. That's interesting, Jeff.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeremy,
It's the only way.
tell us about your
Speaking of a
serial
fella that knows how to
divorcee.
flick a bean. Been married 8 times now. 8's Farbauti. And he's pretty sure he's divorced for the 8th time now, but that's okay. Still a bean flicker extraordinaire.
It's a true story. True story right there. Griffin.
That's a good use of a deed die if I ever heard one.
It is. That is a use of a deed.
Yeah.
Out of all the uses I've heard of, it's now one of them.
Griffin, that is
Now.
a challenge, not a warning. Bert, who you got, man?
I'm Gatsby, part 2 of Team Sneak, and purveyor of fine used lingerie, which I'd love to sell to you. Or stab you in the back. It's a toss-up.
Either or. I mean, first one and then the other.
Mm,
Recycle
well, that's why
inventory.
the lingerie is used.
Yeah, slightly used.
Yeah. Cool.
Doesn't get that way on accident.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, if I remember correctly, which is a stretch, last session you all treated with some mind flayers, some illithids. There was
Seemed- Okay.
what? Yeah, I mean it wasn't terrible. Things went better. Yeah, Joe's got the right of it. That's how you get that deep floss.
It's a long water pick.
I was just thinking that's the full body water pick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was Epshizine, the illithid priest,
Right.
Billy Cunt, the illithid priest, and Shazarita, the half-elf thief, that you all worked with. They, yeah, you all kind of entered a deal with them. They want you to go and get stronger and build up your forces. In the meantime, they are working on a tool on a way to protect you from the mind control shit that the aboleths do.
Probably expect to come back to just tinfoil hats, but
That's a good chance.
I
But
think
yeah,
they want us to deal with some stingray type things to help with the.
yeah, they needed some
resistance.
shit
Well,
from the
yeah,
stingrays.
Because that was going to be for us to be able to break free the spellcasters that they had trapped.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
We're
glad
gonna, like,
someone
reverse-
remembers this.
The polarity, reverse the across the stream, reverse the polarity on the amulet.
That's
that's
it.
right.
we need
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we need the giant stingray things that are terrifying for.
Yeah.
But before all that, I think we were going to go loot a tomb or something.
Yeah, there's a tomb
Oh, yeah.
down on 26 on the map. Old tomb. Said there may be some cool treasure and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we pick up there? You all leave the Mind Flayer little hidey hole. You travel south along the shore. Off in the distance, across the sea. Well, maybe off in the distance. It's dark. But you can imagine off in the distance, there's a little pyramid rising out of the water, and that's where you'll eventually need to go to kill those fucked up stingray things. But you continue your journey
Just one of those and move
Yeah.
on.
down to Area 26. And I just realized I didn't open any of my PDFs. Not that I
Alright.
use them, but it's nice so that I can remember names and things. That's the wrong fucking book. Dan, why did I
At
open
least
the
people
wrong
see the
book?
reflection on the glasses and assume you can read.
Probably
Yeah.
because it's as useful to open the wrong book as the right book when you're playing with us.
That is highly true. Yeah, I never thought about it
Yeah.
like that. Doesn't matter what book, it's fucked either way. There we go.
We'll be in a Planescape campaign before we know it.
So why don't
Just cast some magic and send us somewhere else in the universe.
Yeah. Why don't we all do this? You find roughly the area that they marked, kind of pointed you at. Why don't each of you give me like an intelligence test, and
Oh.
if you've got some kind of ability that would let you find like hidden entrances and shit, why don't you just throw in like a +2?
Okay. Yeah, I can find stone structures and smell treasure.
There you go.
Should I roll for snaggle?
It's fine. We don't need to.
Oh, I need to switch myself back up to a D20. Although I probably want to keep that 13. Who am I kidding? Because it would actually be a 15. If I just keep the 15. I don't want to re-roll.
Sure.
I think I'm better with that lower dice roll.
So, and this wasn't a lose kind of roll. This was just, how long is it going to take? And it takes you maybe like 40 minutes to an hour to eventually find about 20 feet up on the rock wall from the floor of this cavern that you're in. There's a small entrance. It's about 5 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide. It's going to be a squeeze for Farbauti. The rest of you shouldn't have too much trouble. So, you found the entrance that you believe leads to this tomb. What do you want to do?
Guard it.
Yes. Or we could scout it out.
And there doesn't appear to be any guards or anything. Yeah, if you're going to scout it out.
Sneak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team sneak going up.
Ancient temple sort of thing speaks to me of horrible traps.
Okay.
You know what I like to do about horrible traps?
Let other
What's that?
people go before you.
Yeah, that one. That one, actually.
Okay. So, as Team Sneak crawls up there, you start crawling through this winding tunnel. And it's maybe like 15 feet in or so. You come across an ancient, desiccated corpse lying on the ground. What do y'all do?
Is it beef jerky? Do you eat it? I mean,
Yeah, is it a skeleton? You said it's desiccated, so it's more like very dried out skin.
Yeah, it's a skeleton wrapped in beef jerky.
Is it wrapped in anything else like clothing?
Ancient, kind of threadbare clothing. Like very much this was not anyone of wealth or anything. Maybe someone hiding.
Is it so is it just like in the middle of the hallway kind of thing?
Yeah, just laying here. Now this hall you're in is maybe like 2 to 3 feet wide, and it's just kind of
I'm
lumped
gonna
in
look
there.
around and see if there's like any traps or something.
Is it human? Is it otherwise?
You spend a few moments looking at it, and Sweeney, if you want to roll me that intelligence test. Oh, you knock it out.
Yeah.
Boom. Nat 20.
Don't want to touch it yet. Just
Wow.
taking a good look.
Yeah. It takes you a few minutes to realize, like, okay, it's got some pointed ears on it. You thought its hair was white from just age or whatever, how long it's been laying here. You realize, no, this is a drow corpse.
I got a 21. Nat 20 on my looking
Yeah.
for traps.
So as you start inspecting, you realize that the corpse is like laying on like a pressure plate. But as you kind of investigate a little closer, carefully kind of poke and prod a little bit. You see that the clothing of the corpse has been like on this little pressure plate. There's some rings, and then the clothing's been kind of like almost like sewn around the ring. So that way, if there's the corpse moves in any way, it slightly raises the pressure plate. And you realize
That's
that's
so much harder to feed it to donkey now.
probably would set off. And with a 21, that's some good looking. You can see that surrounding the ceiling and the walls in this area are just many, many holes, either for darts or spikes of some variety to shoot out.
I will kind of point them out to Gadsby.
Does a corpse look like it was pierced by any of those?
No.
Hmm.
It very much looks like the corpse is the bait for this trap. Yeah. Now, you could just try and climb over it and just move past it. It will require, a little bit of a climby test, and
No, I want to take my grapple and my rope.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to do
that
some
works.
fishing.
That works.
Okay.
I'm gonna move further back.
Mhm.
Okay. So the two of you move far back. Gadsby, it shouldn't be a problem. You lob the grapple over, and you start pulling it back in. It catches in the corpse, and you just start pulling it towards you. And as
Yeah.
soon as the hook kind of sets in the corpse and you pull ever so lightly, just dozens of rusty iron spikes just all over the room, just completely fill that section of this tunnel with those spikes. It does take,
I shake it around, little, make the corpse flop, just get them all.
well, I mean, pretty much as soon as you pull the corpse, and yeah, at that point, the corpse is just completely skewered from all angles. Go ahead and give me a luck test.
Boing.
See how many more uses we can get.
Oh
out of
my
this
gosh,
corpse.
no.
Okay. So your rope is also
Cut.
severed. Yeah, cut from
Okay.
all of these spikes.
Well, let's set off the trap.
Set off the trap, and it's maybe like a minute later. All the spikes slowly retract back into the walls and ceilings. And the corpse is now torn to shreds, bits and chunks, as it just kind of, the skewers go back in and the little lumps of dried out flesh are pulled off and flop onto the floor. But there's no longer a corpse attached to the pressure plate, so as long as no one steps on it or pulls on it or moves it, it shouldn't go back off.
Considering that the corpse wasn't full of holes before, it means that someone keeps putting fresh bait on this trap. You should keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right. Do you continue your scouting?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So, I'm going to go grab my
Sure.
food. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. John, go and give me a reflex save.
Aw, sweet.
15's not bad. 15's fine. As you're moving ahead, kind of leading the way in the sneak, you take a little step forward and you feel that not only does the floor have a slightly hollow sound, it almost kind of shifts a little bit, shifts down. And as you look down at your feet, you can see that there is a seam, a straight, clean seam stretching from one side of the cave to the other, and your foot's just right on that crack.
Okay. I'm gonna try just kind of sticking the foot out a little bit and pushing down a little further out.
Yeah, you recenter your gravity, you stick your foot out, and yeah, as you push, the floor just boom, drops down. And you kind of peer down and you see that it drops into a pit trap full of metal stakes. Fall is It's only about 6 feet. It's not a long drop by any
Okay.
means, but it's lined with spikes at the bottom.
Any bodies down there or bits of anything?
There is. You see some bits of skeleton down there. Old. Some of them are stuck on some of the spikes, like you see like a skull like impaled on one of the spikes. Nothing fresh by any means.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, you do see some skeletal bits and remains down below.
Might be worth checking out later.
Yeah. And as you kind of
Person-
like look at the edge, you can see that it's this where the floor collapsed, it's hinged. And you can
Okay.
see there's a really light like tension bit on the far side. So you could like pull it back up and put it back into position without a whole lot of trouble, but any weight and it would then drop again.
Right. How far? How wide is the gap?
About 5 feet.
About 5 feet. Okay. Let's see. I have. I've got a. Want to like take like my short sword and just kind of, since it's open,
Yeah.
try to wedge it in there so that it can't close back up.
Sure, that's not a problem at all.
That way it's open.
Yeah. And as you're doing it, I will say you kind of get the impression that this is you're not seeing any like mechanism or anything. This is a manually set trap. So if
Okay.
someone wanted to reset this, someone would have to like
Go and actually reset it.
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I would take precautions.
Okay.
All right. I guess hop over the hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and you hop over the hole. Go and give me we'll call it a reflex save. 17's good.
17.
So, forward or backwards?
Forwards over the
Oh,
going
okay.
deeper in.
Well, no, I knew you were jumping forward over the
yeah.
hole.
Oh,
As you land on the other side, you immediately hear the click, and you realize that the entire opposite side of this hole is one long pressure plate.
yay!
But you rolled a 17 on your reflex,
Okay.
and you let your momentum carry you as you tuck and roll forward as there's a deadfall, and on the ceiling above, like a little hatch swings open, and just large, like melon-sized stones just rain out. But you rolled forward. Did not take any damage from that one.
Cool.
As you continue forward, and give me a moment here. We're going to go ahead. You find yourselves past the entrance tunnel and entering the crypt proper now.
Ooh. All right. I think
So-
that would probably. Oh, go ahead.
I think I was getting ready to ask you what you were getting ready to tell me.
I think we've seen enough. I think it's time to fetch the others.
Yeah. You fall
That
back.
we can watch us fall into the traps too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you fall back while Gatsby lingers ahead, keeping an eye on things.
He can shoot stuff.
He can shoot stuff. Let me go ahead and get some tokens on the table. And yeah, we'll find everyone at the entrance. To this underground crypt. Did everyone else show up?
Yeah.
There we go.
Anybody like a light?
I am there now.
You are
I
there.
technically have sunglasses that give me.
I see
information.
Snaggle, Pitchfork, and Prentice.
Not sure how to turn.
I
that
don't
on
see
to
me.
my character.
Hang on, Dan. I can fix that for you. Toggle to a different tool. in on the left side of the
Oh,
screen.
there we go. Weird.
Yeah, it does that. Sometimes you have to swap it back and forth. Hang on a second, Dan. All right, now can you see things?
Yes.
By default, you humans don't have any special sight.
What I got fancy glasses for.
All
My
right.
brand.
And then we move into like a dungeon crawl. I'll let you all move, and I'll let you know when you see things.
All right. Go sneaking up ahead.
Yeah, you see this long entryway.
We're still gonna have to navigate past all the same traps as well.
Well, yeah, I'll say Sweeney found the traps and is able to guide you all through them. At that point, the most difficult thing is the leap, that 5-foot leap, because it's step over a pressure plate, make a little jump, and then the second, the dead drop trap has already been sprung. So yeah, since the two of
we
them
got magical companion for jumping.
Oh, he's just gonna lift you over. Yeah.
Yeah. The audience.
Yeah. So looking at this, so Pitchfork, Sweeney. Mainly it looks like Pitchfork because you moved a little further ahead. You can see to the left, there is a little side chute of this that opens up. And what you can see is a little bit of tiled floor, ancient tiled floor in there, and just a thin whispering of light. Like maybe there's a few candles burning in there somewhere.
They're actually lit.
Yeah. Just a ever so slight bit of light. Now, Pitchfork,
Yes.
as you move ahead to get a better sight into this large,
That probably shouldn't have.
no, it's fine, temple looking area. It's actually crypt looking area. You can see a large, hideous, terrible looking, stout, 6-legged lizard with tough hide and a very intense stare, standing in the room, pacing back and forth, looking angry as shit.
It's an angry thing in there, guys.
Like, what kind of angry thing?
Well, it's a big one. It's got the angry face.
Mm-hmm. They have arms, legs, weapons.
Many, yes.
The centipede. Centaur centipede.
It's a lizardpede.
Oh.
Right.
Did we kill something like that once before?
I don't know if we've killed that variety before.
Mm-hmm. We kill a lot of things. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
But it does look like it's big enough we could probably get meat off of it.
I do like the exotic meats.
Yeah. This is actually just turning into delicious in the dungeon also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
after
you
3
eat
years
pig
after 3 years of
long
pork.
Yeah.
So Bert, you all made it through the tunnel. You waited and kept an eye. Sweeney went back and got the rest of the party, and you're now entering into the dungeon crypt area proper. So we've just moved into a good old dungeon crawl.
Cat is here. Gotta present the cat.
The cat.
It's the Coco.
cat.
She
But
does
Sweeney,
not like this.
Yes.
Oh, your vision just isn't quite far enough.
It isn't.
But yeah, Pitchfork would roughly describe it as a stout, 6-legged creature with some really intense eyeballs. Well, they really want us to have the best viewers.
Well, I mean, stuff down here is pretty messed up. Do we go sneaky? Do we try and talk to it? Like, is it maybe a talking lizard sort of thing? Or do we just, fucking go get him.
Wait,
I mean, like,
Shit.
talking to them first is an option?
Well, it seems like in general, the more fucked up something's been, the better luck we've had talking to him.
I can't dispute that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, I in general just don't trust pretty people.
It's fair.
fair.
What part of your feelings did they hurt when you were a child? The pretty people. Can you point it out?
All over. They
But
took me
here,
up high and tossed me off a cliff.
my heart, most of all.
Did you want a preemptive enlarging?
Well, I would say you need to buy me dinner first, but this might be dinner.
The dinner is where you go get it.
Oh, I'll go get it.
It's to go. Good start.
Not a great start. You do have a bunch of luck.
Oh, it's not worth lucking something that's done out of combat. Just bird personality. Nobody cares what my other character looks like.
That's fair. Okay. So now what?
Well,
Well,
we're
I
still
guess
in a
I've
cool
been licked.
situation. I can try and cast again. Two licks to get to the center. Right?
All right.
That's what we all want to hear.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is accurate, Joe.
Hooray! This time it's a success.
So the pitchfork licks Farbauti, and Farbauti gets 25% larger, getting a +1 to attacks, damage, and AC.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah. So Farbauti, now what?
Well, I guess just walk in there like a big swinging dick.
Okay. You walk in there, and yeah, you see the giant fucking lizard standing there.
Hey there, fuckface.
Go
Do
ahead.
you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I like it. I like it. Go ahead and give me a will save.
Sweeney
Okay.
is sneaking in behind him.
Sure.
Using his increased size as cover.
Yep. Also doing the same.
Will
Right or left? Are you gonna
save.
break right or are you gonna break left?
What?
I'm gonna break right.
You fucking knocked that shit out of the park.
Ah! Because I'm fucking big, that's why.
This thing kind of like it hunkers down and it stares at you and it gives you the evil eye and you feel a weird tingling in your left butt cheek. But then nothing really happens. That definitely wasn't a friendly opening. But it does not move forward.
Oh, so cute little guy.
It's the
It
part where I magic him.
grumbles.
No, I'll just keep closing in. Just like stare it back in the eye.
Yeah.
Doing that thing where like it tried to cow me. Then I just maintain the stare, hoping eventually it'll break its gaze first.
Okay.
Wife number 9 coming up.
Uh-huh. So
I mean, I did get the tingle in a nice little area.
And you had a
Yeah.
bear wife. So
It's true. I rolled the language of bear. My first occupation was bear fucker.
So, and it's
that's an
maybe
occupation?
I was stone
it is
mason,
if you
but-
do it right.
I mean, somebody's got to do it.
That's right. Someone's got to teach the bear for the ladies.
A lot of dice. A lot of dice. But as you get maybe within 20 feet of it, it moves forward, and this staring contest you realize is over as it starts moving in to attack. I've gone ahead and rolled initiative,
Okay.
and Sweeney and Gadsby are both first. And you two are both hidden.
All right. I kind of want to wait till it closes with Farbauti or Farbauti closes with it.
Yeah. If we're still both hidden, I want to try and actually get around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still hidden. What did you roll for your sneak?
Oh, here you need another one.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I-
after two
yeah,
of you.
probably because this is
yeah.
a new
Yeah, sure.
23.
for Gatsby.
It's decent.
Oh my
gosh.
god.
And fucking Christ, 33 for Sweeney. Okay.
You could literally be in front of it and still not be visible.
Yeah,
Right?
not a problem, man. You, Gatsby, you have vanished into the shadows. You are going to move around and it will have no idea that you're there unless you actively do something to it. So
Yeah.
that was Gatsby. Sweeney, are you doing the
Pick
same
his
thing?
nose.
Yep.
Okay. It is Jason. Jason's back in the hallway. Let me go ahead and move these two up because they would have moved up.
Is he within bow range?
From where
could he move?
Jason's at right now, what's the range on Jason's bow?
It's a great question.
It's as far as it needs to be.
Range 50, 100, 150.
Okay, so
Are the
anything
increments on
less
it.
than a 50 does not inflict a penalty.
Can he move, use his second action as another move, and then have a single shot?
Yeah, so he would only actually need to move like 10 feet forward to have line of sight.
Okay.
And there is dim flickering candlelight in here. I didn't add any light because the map was being dumb. But we can add a little bit of light in here.
Well, he'll move as close as he needs to get to take a shot.
Sure.
And if there's this weird stare down thing going on, then clearly the thing to do is to shoot it in the eye with the deed die.
Absolutely.
Because it needs to be the thing that flinches first.
Absolutely.
Just on principle.
Yeah, go and take that shot. Get your deed
Okay,
out there.
Deed out. Deed die.
4
Okay,
pops
there we
off.
go. Let's try the short bow. So we'd get what, a 17?
17's a hit.
17 for freaking.
15 damage.
Oh wait, does that already include the 4? No,
Uh,
that's my bad. It already includes the 4
Oh,
in there.
okay. Well, if
I'm
it's a
sorry.
13, that is a miss.
That's my bad. I'm used to Farbauti where I do have to.
Manually added in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else for Jason?
Nope. He always means well.
He does.
He does.
He does his best.
Yeah.
That's
Does
the
Jason
important
still
thing.
just have the one attack?
Well, I guess he could do the second if he didn't have to spend his other one moving.
He didn't. He just had to move once.
All right, I'll switch him down to. Doesn't let me do the D16 for him, so I
Hang on.
will.
I can manually adjust that. Shoot. No, it's not it. Config.
He's got to,
Uh,
Here we go.
I think we do.
Nope. It is not happening.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's a miss. All right. Next up, we got Snaggle.
Snaggle will also pull his bow and he's going to move up to like here.
Sure.
And he'll take a shot as well.
Okay.
He's just looking to like put an arrow into a paw or a claw or whatever it has.
Pin it
the-
pin it down. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope.
13 is a miss.
Yep. And he's only got the one action. So
Okay. Pitchfork.
We're gonna lead off with one of the classic spells, the chill touch here.
I like
get,
it.
Get the 2 spell
Yeah.
economy going maybe.
All
And
right,
then I'm
well-
gonna actually kind of move up behind Farbauti. I'm gonna do another spell to him.
Oh.
But this one I don't have to look him for it.
Oh, that's too
It's
bad.
almost
You don't
it's a little
have to.
I don't have to, but I might anyways, just so we can add confusion to things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my.
There we go.
The
Now
19
there's
mirror
going to
image.
be 3 additional Farbautis.
That's so weird.
I don't want to tag.
That way,
two of
if
these.
it's a vision thing or whatever, maybe you'll be a little more resistant.
Oh wow! Actually, hang on.
That's
That's
a
weird.
fun idea.
Nope. Trying to figure out how to do this. Because I just copied and pasted, and it's like, no, these are the same thing. Let's just pull new Farbauti tokens.
Double check that I got casted high enough.
Fuck it. All right. There's now 4 Farbautis in the room.
Nuts.
I have
Oh,
to
how many
cast
rounds is it?
slightly. I actually have to cast slightly higher, so I will spend 3 luck that's required to get high enough for it to affect someone else.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Well, you do.
I just reread it real quick.
Okay.
So
Well, there's 4 Farbautis now. Anything else?
it's actually worse than that. So I have to re-roll it because now it's a 1d6 instead of a 1d4.
Well,
So now it'll probably be
there's now 5 Farbautis
5 from Bowdies.
in the room.
That's a lot of Farbauti.
They automatically strike a mirror image instead.
I could think
They
of
attack him.
a good way to use this in a few brothels I've been to. I never thought it would happen to me.
It's like that one
Any
scene
creature
from the
attempting to
Watchmen
attack the
movie.
target automatically strikes a mirror image instead.
Right?
But they can spend
great.
a full round to make a will save to try and distinguish which one is real.
Yeah, but can you make Farbauti look like an illusionary Godzilla and the woman look like an imaginary city of Tokyo?
With the right magic, perhaps.
Perhaps. Okay.
Ravage
We have
her.
enough money I'm willing to spend to buy that costume.
Oh, that's awesome.
One person's just going to be enlarged and the other person's going to be shrunk.
That would be amazing.
Pitchfork. Anything else?
Those are both of my spells.
Okay. For
Spend my
Bounty.
luck.
So clearly the thing to do, if there's so many of me and I can form my own phalanx, basically.
They all do what you do, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want all of the Farbautis to raise up their amazing, power shield of magical reflection.
Yeah.
It's for reflecting stuff, but just kind of in unison, they all raise up their shield and kind of march forward, trying to bully it with it. And if it's still doing the glare, I want them to all kind of mirror its glare back at it. And basically, that'll be the deed thing, is trying to make it preoccupied with its own glare from all the mirror images while swinging away.
Sure.
It's a thought. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Seems
that's
like a fun
fine. You
thing
can
to do.
close in. You got your shield. Are you doing a shield bash? Or an attack?
I'll
or
do that
anything?
as one of the closing things, but for the deed die, I thought it would just be fun to
Okay. Give a reflection in case
Yeah.
it tries to. Sure.
because why not?
Why
I don't
not?
know. Okay, I'm back on the D20 now. Long sword.
You're quitting the D20.
You do. Connect.
Okay, D die doesn't pop, so it's just going to be 19, 20, 21 with 16, thanks to the size.
That's
Okay.
that's still good.
It's still pretty good.
You
Yeah.
swing through hard, and you all watch all of these Farbautis swing through.
Okay.
As you swing hard, your blade effortlessly just slices right through the creature. In fact, you don't even see a wound. Your blade swung so cleanly through. Why don't you go ahead and give me a will save?
Hey,
He did the same
wait
thing
a
to
minute.
us. No.
Hey. All right. Oh, let me get myself back to the D20.
I mean, you cut it. Maybe it's regenerates so fast that there wasn't even time for it to bleed.
Or maybe it's resistant to mirrors.
Could be.
And so I've only made it stronger with my mirror images.
You have fed it more power.
Your mirrors of
Just in-
mirrors.
Resistant to mirrors, yeah.
Its reflection is over 9,000.
Over 9,000. What else are you doing?
I guess step on that spot and like scan around.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence test.
Oh no.
Could Gadsby or I would we have noticed?
You would have seen it, and on your turn, I'll let you do that test.
Yeah, that's fine.
Looking around, I mean, you do see that there's an opening at the far end of the room, but nothing else. Scanning around, looking for something that could explain what just happened. Nothing jumps out at you.
All right. So maybe this here thing is a distraction. So if I was to be standing here in the middle of this room, I'm gonna make sure not to be standing on the suspicious square here. I think this thing's gonna have the floor fall out from underneath me.
Okay, so you're avoiding that section of floor,
Yeah,
so it doesn't.
I'll use one of my action dice I didn't use for an attack to get off of this, assuming this is meant to bait me to come onto something where the floor will drop out from underneath me.
Yeah, go give me a reflex save. Definitely, you leap back right as the floor does nothing.
Oh, you're not fucking catching me off guard, floor.
Oh, that's great. All right. Let's see. Who's next? Prentice is up next.
Can Prentice? Where is Prentice? I don't even see him on my screen. There
It
he
might
is.
be, yeah. Let me
Yeah,
put a
if he
little
can.
light.
Oh, there's so many Farbautis. Being able to shoot through all those Farbautis. Oh, that thing's big, isn't it?
Let me double check that. It is slightly larger than like a full-grown human.
Hmm.
Well, that means it's still taller than Farbauti, I think.
Yeah. He'll take some shots at it.
Sure.
Okay. Boom.
Great shot.
27
27
points of damage.
Holy shit.
Bing.
Wow.
And I believe he gets 2 attacks. He's
That is a center mass hit. As the arrow disappears into this thing's face. But you do hear the clatter of the arrow against the wall on the far side of the room. Now, Prentice would be allowed to make a will save.
a will save.
Yeah.
Okay.
14's
14.
better. Not quite good enough.
Okay.
You're not sure. Prentice isn't quite sure what happened, but Prentice does have a second attack.
Prentice will not shoot again. He will actually take a second action to move and get a better idea of what's going on in
Sure.
here.
All right. Anything else for Prentice?
Trying to see, what does he have? How dark is it in here?
It's dim. There are some candles that are lit and burning around in this room. So dim lighting enough that, Prentice can, like, he's not going to be, he's not going to suffer any penalties
yeah.
for sight.
Yeah, so he's just scanning the room beyond where this creature is.
Sure.
Then just looking for movement, looking for anything else, having his arrow ready. But that's what he's doing.
Why doesn't Prentice go ahead and... I really think just
Look. That's what passes for perception, if that's what you're...
Yeah. Why don't we go... What? Yeah, we can go ahead and do luck. Cool.
Yes!
That is... So looking around, Prentice doesn't really notice anything stepping out. I'll give it one thing Prentice notices with that great roll is the thick layer of dust covering everything. And you can see the dust on the ground that has been disturbed by your friends. But as Prentice looks at this creature, you can see where it stands, where its tail is kind of
No
moving back.
disturbance.
Yeah, no disturbance of the dust.
Well, if Prentice can call out, he'll call out saying, "It's an illusion. Look at the dust. It ain't moving anything."
Okay. Prentice has called that out. So anyone else making that will test on their turn, it's going to get a little bonus. But with that, it is the creature's turn. And this creature is going to try and bite a Farbauti.
Mm.
And 19. I don't think that hits. No?
No.
All right, well, it's got 2 action dice. How's a 23 do?
No.
Okay. No connection. Sweeney, you're up.
All right.
On your
I
turn.
heard Prentice say that.
Yeah, you can make that test. And
Okay.
I am adjusting the difficulty for everyone now that Prentice has called that out.
All right. What do I need to roll?
Will save.
Will save. But 19.
That's enough to pass the adjusted difficulty and the unadjusted difficulty.
Nice.
Sure enough, it is completely and totally illusionary.
Okay.
You're aware maybe of this kind of trickery. With this kind of illusionary spell, as long as you realize that it's fake, it can't actually hurt you.
Okay. I am going to kind of is this right here, is this like a hole or is it a wall?
No, it's actually like stalactites, like rockfall that's come down. So think of those like columns
Okay.
blocking
Okay.
sight.
Difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up over here
Put a little wall.
so I can kind of see what's back here. A little
Sure.
better. And
I forgot I can do
don't see
this.
anything. And you sneak over here. Like peering around looking to see if there's anything I can see.
Yeah, you move past it, no trouble. As you do, let me see what you can see. You can see it's kind of hard. You look towards your left. Let me adjust what the stream is seeing ever so slightly. Towards the left, you can see it dead ends. To the right, you can see it opens up, and you can see a decent amount of light coming from that direction. Let me drop that light in there. Just gonna put it in the center here. But yeah, you can see there's a decent amount of light coming from this
There's like a thing in
little
there.
crack, and you can actually see there's enough light. You can see junk clutter. And hang on, let's see if you can see it. Oh yeah, you do.
I see like a skull thing.
Yeah, you can see an individual standing there. Pacing around, looking angry and menacing. And I don't think you need to roll to identify what this is that you're looking at.
All right.
Yeah, you see what looks to be an undead spellcaster wizard, also known as a lich, hanging out over
Or-
there.
Cover of a heavy metal album. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Swedish death metal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We just fish death metal.
I've probably used up all my.
I would say so. The movement, the looking,
Yeah.
I think so. I
Yeah,
would let you
that's
call
fair.
back to your group. That's if
Well,
you wanted.
It's more like I hold up a hand and I'm like,
One word.
Yes. What word? Sounds like.
Hand jive.
Oh no. Oh no, beer.
Oh no, beer.
You're
Calm down,
saying
beer.
we should go loot all of these tomb things over to the side of us. Makes sense.
Good. Beer, would you stop?
Just excited to be drank.
It really is. And I'll
Just
tell you
my
what.
first thought is I want to brush that thing's hair with my magic brush, give it Farrah Fawcett hair.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'll tell you what, with the information, the realization that it is an illusion, it's been called out. We can actually probably move out of initiative now. If your character can pass a will test to convince themselves that the giant lizard isn't real.
I'll be here for the rest of the stream.
And it is easier again.
Giant lizard isn't real. It can't hurt you.
There was a Muppet.
There was.
Hey,
She's
Oh
very
my.
unhappy.
That's the four of you. All of you pass. We won't make the NPCs pass because they'll follow along with what you're doing. So, yeah, sure enough, Farbauti, you're standing there, and this giant lizard just chomping at you, just harmlessly passing through you. It is utterly and totally harmless.
now let's just go do the dialogue again, but with the lich, I guess.
Wait. I gotta do well, I've got all these mirror images, like so it can be hot illusion on illusion action. I'm gonna do some pelvic thrusts.
Just line up and
Hey, never mind. We all
ultimate
have our
sword
own
fighting
strange
battle.
bucket lists, right? Am I right? Everybody's wanted to do that at least once. Run a train on an illusory blizzard.
Yeah, that's on somebody's bucket list, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So, do any of you know anything about it? Liches? I don't know a lot about them. Anything special I should know?
So the majority of you would just give me an intelligence test. Pitchfork, however, could give me your spellcasting intelligence test, which I don't remember. Is it different than a regular spellcasting?
I
Intelligence
just hit the spell check button, which is technically better than an intelligence roll.
Okay, good. Sweeney did good.
After
I might
just saying
have
he
to-
didn't know anything about him.
I might have to double check that my bonus is right, though, now that we're level 6.
Because it should be your level plus your modifier, right?
Yeah, and I didn't do that. So it would be an 18.
So I'll tell you what. Sweeney, you turn around to ask the group, does anyone know anything about liches? And you accidentally hit your forehead real hard on the wall. And it jogs a bunch of memories. And Pitchfork knows things and can confirm this with you. Lich, undead spellcaster who trapped their soul in an item, a phylactery. That way, if their physical form is ever destroyed, they can reconstitute. Ancient, pure, vile, evil, nasty asses. Yeah. Is there any
Just to
more
just to
detailed
cough,
information?
the gooey center of the pitchfork is also a lich, but
Yeah. I mean, it's a soft lich.
yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Pitchfork,
Or at least that's what we're going with, I think.
I think so, yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, I think that's right. Pitchfork's just a cursed item that takes over whoever's
Yeah.
unlucky enough to pick it up.
Definitely not going to make you a lich.
No, and that's why they're not specifically evil or whatever else all the time.
Yeah.
Or magic user even.
So, what's the plan? This lich doesn't seem to be aware of you. Seems to be standing at some kind of altar, doing creepy things up there.
Well, I think let's just do what we were planning to do. I guess that works.
You jump him.
Or just positing the more fucked up they've looked, the more open they've been to conversation. And if I put myself out there, if I'm something that rules the undead, how do I feel about some fucking catfish coming into my backyard?
5 of them even.
Well, he was talking about the aboleth.
Right?
Oh,
Who knows? Maybe this here.
I thought you were
like,
talking about yourself. No.
just, what if this guy, has a mutual hatred for the aboleth, and that thing does mind control, right? You know who doesn't have he doesn't have a fucking brain? The undead, right? So who'd be fucking great to fight something that does mind control?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. All right, spokesman Farbauti, you're up.
Wait, what?
You are the face
Your
of the party.
idea, your problem.
Your idea, and you know what? You've done fantastic. I believe in you.
Of course.
You always bat way above your weight class, if you know what I mean.
Right. Puff up my enlarged
Talking about
chest.
the women. What? Yeah,
Hey,
you got this,
you,
buddy.
Boney McFuckface. I bet you hate underwater psychic monsters as much as I do.
Holy McFuckface.
Who speaks from the shadows?
The sneakiest thief this side of the plain. Not really, no. There's nothing sneaky about me. That's why I'm talking so loudly, I'm Farbauti. I'm a very selfish dwarf, and I'm down here for treasure and power, and also to find people that'll beat the shit out of some sort of abomination from beyond time and whatnot.
You've traveled down from the surface to kill the creatures on the lake.
Right. First it was these squid-faced fuckers, but it turns out there's another fucker behind the squid fuckers, and it's a catfish fucker what does mental things. An aboleth.
Where do you come from on the surface?
Well, it's currently under construction, you see. They're tentatively going to call it Kansas.
I'm not familiar with Kansas.
Right. It's a real up-and-coming place,
Or perhaps is already up and come. We're just not there.
So, just putting it out there, we came here because we heard there was treasure, but then it kind of dawned on me, maybe you don't like those fuckers in your backyard, right? That it'd be mutually beneficial to work together to murder them. And I'm sure they're stealing all of your prized materials, what for making the undead.
Have you heard of Milborn?
That's where we came from, buddy.
Oh, right. You're right. Sorry. In my head, I call it Orkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know
The only one
Milborn.
does. Yep.
And that's where you come from.
Right.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we go.
As the lich just disappears in a cloud of smoke, and out steps a malnourished, messy-haired woman, striding out from around the corner.
Apparently just a master of illusions here.
Well, that's where I'm from.
That's the lady we've been looking for.
Wait a minute. Are you engaged to a little waif of a man?
Andrin?
Holy shit. We've been looking for you for so fucking long, and we got so distracted with so much bullshit. I can't believe you're fucking alive. And somebody go get that little cripple boy.
Little cripple boy?
I mean,
Oh, I love it.
Let's go. Let's go get his wheelchair.
But yes, you all would identify that this is in fact Jelenith. The apprentice wizard you were sent down to rescue initially. Fiance
Can we give her
of
like a real
Andrin.
good stare and make sure that this person's also real?
Give me a will save.
Gonna fail this and be filled with doubt for the rest of the adventure.
Like absolutely her. Very much.
So you-
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So you mentioned that her hair is all in disarray and she's looking a little rough.
Yeah.
You've got services to offer.
Gatsby will go up. Oh, Sweeney, and pulls out a brush and some combs. And
Oh, and she is. You know, she'll fight at first. She'll be like, "What the shit, strange little man? Get off me!" Oh,
I've got
I know.
conditioner here.
oh, she'll go with it. She'll like, you know what? It's been a long time since I pampered myself, being trapped down here in the Underdark, hiding from mind-controlling monstrosities for a couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
little.
I'm so glad we didn't come in chopping first. That could have been real awkward.
It would have been fine. That's what the illusions were for. You would have fought them while I ran away.
It's fair.
I'm glad you're smarter than me.
I am smarter
Most
than
of
most.
us.
So shit,
It doesn't take much.
you've got Andrin here.
We
Oh
do.
yeah, yeah. We have to like get him. Maybe we
Well-
just take a rest here.
Or yeah. And you know, maybe we'll leave them a little quality time.
Right. We
Alone
give
in
them
the
just a
mansion
little bit of
for a while.
time. You know, it's been,
Years.
yeah, there's been a lot that's going on. You two deserve a little.
Just open the door, eat her in, shut the door.
Wait, hold on.
Don't
Here,
mind
pick,
all the gold.
pick out something nice from the sack.
She picks out something red and mostly see-through.
This one's on the house. We're in the house.
Yeah, it's a heartwarming reunion. Andrin, Jelenith reunited. She tells the story that yeah, she was fucking kidnapped ages ago now, dragged down through the Underdark. Had to deal with the Darrow, the Mind Flayers, the Kuatoa, and she was being taken on a boat across the sea. As she was described, she was going to be a sacrifice. But she just kicked the closest thing with nuts in the nuts and leapt overboard.
Smart.
Proven strategy.
She swam for ages, eventually washed ashore, and has been on the run ever since. She'll explain that she did lose her spell book, but she's managed to scrounge together enough to kind of rearm herself with some of her spells. Not any of her original spells, but she's got... well, let me refresh myself. At her disposal, she's got color spray. She's got find familiar, which is just a little like naked mole rat that she uses for keeping watch. She can cast invisibility, mirror image, and a few illusion spells, which is what she used to put up her fake guards.
Pretty nice.
But yeah, she...
Already a better wizard than I am.
Well, no, just a
anything,
different kind of wizard.
Yeah, she can't do any of that big fuck around stuff.
Yeah.
You
I bet
make
you
things
could be great.
big and you make things hard for a long time.
Sure. We'll go
Times
with that.
too long.
That is true.
If you're what's that one spell? If your portal or if your door stays hard for over 4 years, call a doctor.
Oh, shit.
So,
Ward portal.
just curious, did you happen to find any magical items or anything in here?
That's
Yeah.
give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
be right back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll tell you what. Everything that I found down here that I haven't used already, is yours if you let me come along and get revenge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a given.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. If you all want to look in the, I guess
Bits and
the
shit.
bits and shits document, I'm just going to go ahead and I had a new page. Call this Jelenith loot. Yeah, that's kind of the loot she's got. She's got some gems and shit altogether worth about 1,000 gold, which isn't much for you all. More standard items, a disguise kit, which just gives a little bonus on disguising yourself as someone else. A masterwork light mace, which is just a +2 mace. And for magical items, and she would be able to kind of tell you some along with Pitchfork working. She's got 2 divine scrolls, speak with dead and cause earthquake.
I like that
She's
second
got a
one.
potion of holy sanctuary, a potion of spider climb, and a magic wand of delay poison or neutralize poison or disease, with 47 of 50 charges remaining.
Ooh.
And so that's the loot that she has that she gives over to you. So, as she's happily eating down roasted pig, I've been eating worms and fish and mushrooms for fucking years.
How do you feel about
I
pork?
would give anything for worms and fish and mushrooms instead of pork.
Well, I'm glad
We can
we've got
trade
a
these.
great trade going on as she brings out her
Right.
selection of smoked worms that are just
I
like
use them to
jerky
stuff the
sticks.
fish.
Oh
And
yeah.
Chewy.
Yeah, they're terrible. The first 6 months, I didn't know you were supposed to squeeze the dirt out of them first.
I bet that was chewy.
well,
and
same with the
crunchy.
pork.
That's fair. It depends on the part of the pork.
There Farbauti was milking the pork.
It's like that.
Ancient dwarven tradition.
Was that a Frosted Flakes commercial?
Milking the pork. What?
No, there was a fucking cereal commercial back in the day where a guy jerked off a bull for his milk. Like his friends come in, he's eating a bowl of cereal. It's so good, fresh milk straight from the cow, and they're like, "What cow?" I'm like, the one over there, big bowl with horns. And they're like, we don't
I
have.
think it's one of those Mandela things that only Chuck experienced.
No, I'm sure it was a real commercial. Just,
I don't know if it was a commercial. It might have been in a movie.
I'm sure it was a commercial.
I'm pretty sure Chuck just jerked off a bull.
I didn't. Wink.
Okay, Mr. Hands.
Look, it was the 80s and 90s, and we were born.
Raisin
in
Bran
the farm.
Crunch.
What's that?
There was.
Oh my goodness.
That's got to go on the Discord, and if you want to check it out,
I'll
You go to the
find it.
Discord.
I'll find the actual confirmed commercial. Because I'm going to click on this and it's going to start making noise. Oh, it's muted. Thank goodness.
be right back.
Oh, this one, there's another one where the guy, anyway, putting in an episode discussion now that I'm distracted. Anyway. Yeah, she'll gladly share the information about her journey. Yeah, kidnapped, dragged through the Underdark, escape, surviving on the run. She's got some information about some of the factions here and there. But yeah, she's down for goddamn revenge. she thoroughly ensures that, Andrin couldn't walk right before. He certainly can't now. What else?
Well, we're kind of gathering together a group of like-minded folks, at least like-minded enough that they want to join forces and destroy the aboleth. Turns out not even all of the squid-faced fuckers like the aboleth. So there's actually some hot squid on squid action going on.
It's gross, but I would watch.
It's gross. And so, the mutually beneficial squids, they've got some ugly giant folks with them.
Oh,
And we kind of came to a non-murder agreement on account of we both want to murder the same people.
I like it.
And then there's kind of a general agreement of like, obviously they're using us because they want us to be shock troops and we're kind of the unknown thing here. But if it works, we go home and screw it. Let them keep with what they're doing. That's about what's been going on.
I mean, that sounds good. I could certainly help with that. I mean, you saw my illusion.
Oh,
Wasn't what I was good at before, but I'm not bad at it now.
pretty awesome. Illusions are always useful. I like it.
Yeah, so you all catch a long night's rest. You decide that Jelenith will be joining the team.
Yay!
You got some
So-
cool loot, yeah?
I'm just gonna say because I was curious and I took a look. I don't know if we can get Andrin. I don't know if he'll be able to, but that cause earthquake spell might be an answer to taking out that tower.
Ooh.
There were /are some useful utility items in that loot listing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially if we can't get the thing to where we can mess with the resonance of it. So that maybe it's not as sound before we cast the earthquake spell.
Mhm.
Mm.
So, yeah. Any other questions or anything for her?
I mean, outside of if there's any weirdness she's aware of or
Have you explored this whole place?
Just this side of the sea. Just this on this side. So there's the
Okay,
The-
but like this tomb itself.
this
like-
is it. There isn't much more here. Anything worthwhile I've already gathered up, and we've got
Good work on the traps, by the way.
traps were there beforehand.
Hmm.
I did reset them because the original corpse that was there was fully destroyed when I made it through. So I had to go and hunt down a fresh old drow corpse.
That's gonna be hard to find.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're leaving, we don't really need to reset those traps and come back.
yeah, that's a fair point.
But as far as like looking around the rest of the area, give me a second here. Do I have a DM map? I should have made myself one. Give me a moment. But yeah, she'll be able to point out some information, give some what's in this? Hang on a second. So the information that she can share out on the area, not a whole lot besides what you know. 25, of course, was where the mind flayers are that are going to be helping you. 22, there are Darrow there. But over prolonged time, the mind control that the aboleth and shit that they apply to the Darrow, they completely and totally lose their shit. And so 22 is where they deposit them just to live their best completely deranged lives.
Crazy Darrow hole.
Crazy Darrow hole. 24, they call themselves the Desperate Merilith. That is a faction of devils.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm. 23, giant fiery lava rift. Right now, there's actually a thing of, there's some fire giants hanging out down there right now. Let's see, the things that I do know. 29, that's the pyramid of Ixen. It's got the, the assholes up there. The other thing I know about is 27. What I've learned about it, it's called Sandsdur's Island. Let me get you a little information on that. Hang on. PDFs are going slow. Yeah, it's desolate. You can see there's some old ruins and small stone buildings. But the creatures that follow, the aboleth, they don't go there. So whatever
Interesting.
keeps them away may be useful for us.
Yep. No, that's a good point. We weren't aware of that before.
Yeah.
It's good. We should not
completely-
tell our allies about that, but we should definitely check it out.
Yeah. Surprised you all didn't strike up a deal with the devils instead of the
Been there
mind
yet.
flayers.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we heard about treasure here and came to heroically liberate the treasure
Mm-hmm.
and fight undead. Mostly the treasure, though.
Yep.
And then you, though. So, like, that was just a really, really pleasant accident.
Fortuitous.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm just saying, if I had to pick a faction, the mind flayers, they want the things for, as you explained, their own reasons. But the devils, they want to kill someone on the great Shaboeth. It may be worth seeing if we could strike a deal with them instead.
I mean, maybe. I had Nix once have a devil for an attorney, and it just really put me off with him,
Okay. I mean, yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah, from what I eavesdropped, they're here hunting a runaway devil that's been working for the aboleth. And their whole task is to kill that fucker, to send him back to hell.
And they can't go back until the job's done.
They can't go back till the job's done, but they're not able to get in there to do the job.
Do you know anything about this this shore down here?
Off on the far side, I don't know anything.
Okay.
I haven't ever heard or picked up any sign that there's something down there.
Okay.
As far as I always knew, it's just uninhabited, similar kind of terrain as what we have on this side. I don't know. There may be something over there. It's a long ass journey.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're gonna go over there, we'll have to steal a boat. Oh, I know where the boat is too. If we want to steal a boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Casual theft. Now you're speaking our language.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I was gonna, because there's a dock with the boat that they used to haul their captured people to the Shabowith. I was just going to torch it eventually. It's just getting enough stuff to torch a dock and a boat.
Sure. Yeah, take some items. That's for sure.
Yeah. And so she asked the question. So what are our next steps?
Well,
I mean, if you want, we could go up to the surface and like I could get a fresh change of clothes and a backup spell book too.
that might not be the worst idea in the world.
Maybe let Andrin start setting up the homestead and whatnot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all broke him real good.
Well, there's
wasn't
been a
on
lot of
purpose.
terrible stuff down here, and he was real insistent to come and find you.
Yeah.
You know what else is we are rich as fuck. We could like hire
I saw like
mercenary
I
army.
was just as I was walking to the bathroom, I was just walking on gold coins and gems and shit.
Yeah.
We could probably make a donation to the church on behalf of his bravery and whatnot.
Get a replacement cleric.
I mean, you all could hire a goddamn army while you're up there.
That's what I was thinking. That might be all orcs. We don't know.
There weren't that many orcs last time I left Haranshire.
Things may have changed. Deals made. Don't know much about it.
Marriages and things of that nature. And
Kingdoms, ranching.
Yeah.
Ooh, we could also talk to Jason's dad and well, I don't really want to talk to him, but the stone giant.
his staff was very crafty. And the
Hey,
stone giants, true, they might like to get revenge on account of what happened to their people down here.
Okay.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So
Okay.
back up to the surface. Check out a couple of things. Get beef.
I mean, it would kind of give us a sense of closure. And like the whole thing that got us to start all of this nonsense, right, was to come and find this fine young lady. And
Yeah.
there is something special about that sense of closure. And then from here on out, we're just doing it because we fucking wanna.
Yeah.
Sure. So, how about this? We're a half hour early, but I feel this is a good point. We'll wrap it here. Next session, we'll make up to the surface and see what
God.
you all have wrought.
We should also, we could check in real quick with the deep gnomes.
Oh, this is Firth Neblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can see it. Maybe the rock elves will be around, or stone elves, whatever, or the elementals. Ooh, that'd be helpful.
Okay. Okay, I like it. Let's see.
I did really like the idea of using undead to fight an aboleth, though.
It's not a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, use your psionic shit now, bastard.
Still not entirely outside the realm of possibility. Never know.
Fact. So we just need to make a deal with the devils to turn one of us into a lich.
What if the devil they're looking for isn't even down here? Maybe it's, I don't know, Jason's dad's wife or something.
So
That woman was
Jelenith could
scary.
point out, like, she's like, I don't know who's all on that island, but from what I eavesdropped on the devils, apparently that devil lives on the Great Shabowith, and is actively working with
Ooh.
the aboleth to help them with their giant fucked up tower.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll wrap it here. It's a good place for the week. Next week, we'll probably pick up then swinging by the Sverf Neblin, see how they're doing, see if they want to help in on the fun, see what's going on with the orcs, make it up to the surface and see how bad things have gotten in Kansas.
It's fine.
Uh-huh.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's what we got. Let's do some closing round of plugs and shit. Bert, what do you got, man?
Let's see. We got some BX Dungeons and Dragons this Friday. Saturday is Cyberpunk Red. Sunday is something fun again. We'll do something fun Sunday.
Very cool. Very cool. John, anything you want to throw out there?
Let's see. Check out the YouTube channel. There's an episode of Paranoia that I ran. That's up there. There's some new episodes of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition game, Punks in a Powder Keg. And soon we'll have more stuff up there too. So,
True story.
Yeah.
Very true story. Dan is, I'm guessing, handling a child that does not want to go to bed. So in place of Dan, I will say check out our Discord. We've got frogs, memes, other stuff like that. And I will say come back this Friday as we do more Pathfinder 2nd Edition. My campaign, eventually I'm just going to settle on it and say, you know what? We're going with it. The name of the campaign is Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Orders of Hero 2 Electric Boogaloo. Just not there yet. Hoping that something really cool will jump out at me. But so is
Burnt
Electric
basil.
Boogaloo. What's that?
burnt basil.
Burnt basil.
Yeah.
Did he get burnt?
Not yet, but it's going to happen.
Most likely. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That's all I got. So we'll be back here next week. See how badly things on the surface have gotten. Anyway,
Fine.
goodbye, everyone. Oh, wait, there's Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye, Dan.
Wow.